What's going on, guys? So, as you can tell, we are underneath the race car in a very awkward situation. This is the part that I've been dreading because I have to do it. You can't really see it, but right here, the tip of my finger is. I don't know if I can get it. There is a cut off wheel size chunk missing from the pan, because when I was cutting this section out, I didn't raise the transmission enough, and I slipped with the grinder and cut a hole right there. So we have to weld that crack up. The thing is, to get the pan out would be quite the effort. I have to take transmission out, jack transmission up, and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to do it in the car, which is not safe because this stuff is highly flammable. So, first off, I want to start this episode by informing you that you should never do this. If you ever think that welding your transmission pan is a good idea while it's on the car full of highly flammable liquid, don't do this. This is not safe. So we're clear. And as you know from my previous videos, I don't have a lift in my shop. So I'm in a very confined space here. My head is actually laying on the ground. I'm not holding it up. And my torso does not exactly fit in between here. So, problem is also I can't put my welding hood on and I don't have a face shield. So, we're gonna first off get our drill. With our cleaner McDoodle. We're going to clean as much of that as we can. Watch that look. Pretty good. I don't know if y'all can see that shiny spot now. I don't know the best camera placement to capture this monstrosity. And I don't know if I clamp there, if that will give me a ground. It will. Alright. So, let me find a comfortable position here. I'm not a big guy, so this is already awkward because I don't fit in here. Normally I fit in places. So I don't think I can get my welding helmet on. If I can help it, I'm gonna put it on. Okay, I've been trying to get my helmet on. The key is to do this while laying on a piece of highly flammable cardboard. Yeah, something's on fire. Air hose. Or cardboard, I mean. Alright, it looks pretty good, but we gotta try put a little more on it. Ah. Yeah. Oh no! Alright, let me flip this around. Section of the video. Alright. I can't work with a hat on. My bald head gets too sweaty. Alright. And the reason I'm doing this is because I punched a couple holes in the tank, which left a lot of plastic particles in here. Yeah, see all that? It's all plastic shavings. Not gonna be able to get them all out. See? I was using a hole saw to cut holes. See that? Now, this thing has a sock on the pump. These pumps are not expensive either, which is good. So if it does suck up something and burn up, we can just change it out pretty cheap. Look at that. Like I said, we're not going to get it perfect, but we're going to get those major chunks out. Yeah, there's more. And what I'm doing is I'm wiping inside the tank. I'm wiping like this into the bottom corner and then scooping it all up out of the corner. Not getting a whole lot now. I think that's all we're going to get out of it. Throw those right there. I don't want to put those in the trash can in the shop and accidentally light them on fire, or that's pretty clean. Y'all can't see in there, but trust me, it's pretty clean. My gas can has a hole in it. Now I don't know if this is going to be enough to reach the pump, because I set the pump up kind of high, but if we're lucky. Now, I don't need to tell y'all that money doesn't get you a whole lot of gas these days. But we managed to get 4 gallons for 15 bucks. Let's see here. Alright, the sock is in there. There's about that much fuel up the side of the pump. So, I don't think we're going to be able to run long, but long enough to hear it. And I also want to see if it'll hold water in the radiator and circulate water in the radiator. And maybe get it up to temperature and see what that's like. Move it forward a little bit. That way I can kind of walk around it here. Alright. So, our fuel pump does not seem to want to come on with the key. What that's about, I have no idea. So I'm thinking we're just going to run our own wires. Or we could try and diagnose why it doesn't come on with the key. Hey. There you go. Oh, the battery fell. Hopefully it's okay. Oh shit! It broke the terminal in half. Look at that. We weren't expecting that, were we? Well, poop. That's kinking plans. I don't know if I have another one of those. Let me see if I can find one. All right, luckily we got a spare. All right, so change this bad boy out. I'm going to save this little piece though, because that little strap and those special bolts, those will come in handy again when I drop some off of another battery that I'm working on. And this is the testament right here to why you don't throw other junk away. It might be the junk you need. Now we're gonna little wire brush touch up. The old twister job. Now, I'll be looking at my bald spot. There, new battery terminal installed. See, sometimes you got to fix stuff that you break before you can actually start playing. So let me get this fuel pump wired up for test fire, and then we'll be back in action. Alright, it's going to be a little loud for me because I have to fire up a big truck to jump off battery in the race car. chopping. Running. Well, it's sitting here idling. It blew the power steering hose off as soon as I tried to turn it, so I'm assuming that I had the pressure and return reverse and it just exploded. It's idling. It sounds like it's got a nasty misfire. Ah! I'm trying to get it to take some water. It's puking tranny fluid. It's got a vacuum leak. But when I plug the vacuum leak, it seems to want to shut the car off. Weird, huh? It's on the brake booster. And I've already got one line coming off of the brake booster going to the manifold. I don't know if that one needs to go to the manifold. I don't really have a piece long enough to take it there. Hang on. There. I ran that to the manifold just to see what would happen. It's got a really nasty, like, misfire almost. I'm trying to get it to take some water. Been several months. And so, topped off the water there. Now we'll just wait and see if thermostat opens. I got water dripping, but I don't know what from. So now we're getting some air bubbles out. It doesn't like to idle. I unplugged the O2 sensors because I wasn't sure if they were. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's coming from there. Okay. Because I wasn't sure if the O2s are wired properly. So I just unplugged them.
pump's still running. That tranny line is leaking. It's in neutral though, so I don't think it's gonna hurt it. I don't want to put it in gear for fear of it trying to ghost ride off because it's got no brakes. It's kind of popping through the pipes. Oh, we got a lot of bubbles coming up. Thermostat must be opening. Water's moving. I don't know if it likes that intake being wide open like that, or if it needs to be choked out a little bit. So, hang on. OG Dodge truck parts. Let's see if that makes a difference. Top our water off. Fired it back up. Still says it's running cool with good oil pressure. Definitely an exhaust leak. I got to tighten that up. It's moving water still. Before I didn't have that. It's still popping through this pipe. We got a little fuel leak. Not bad though. No fuel leak there. No fuel leak there. None up here. No fuel leak there. No fuel leak there. Right here. And none up there. So it's just that one clamp. It's probably a little weak. Give you all a little rev. I just noticed that even the dash, most of the dash works. A lot of stuff we're throwing warning codes, but even the dash, if you look, the gear indicator says neutral. So it knows we're in neutral. I just don't know which way to pull it to get it to go into park or reverse. Our heat gauge, still reading normal. Oil pressure still reading good. It looks like it's puking though. Let's see. This is a 16-pound cap. So if it starts puking out of there, we're going to call it overheating. I mean, she's pretty well bled. Look at that, guys. There's my little starter wire there. It definitely feels like it's hot. The fan's on. Now that I put the cap on, it's starting to overheat. Fan's going. I've got this sensor, this manual sensor, just rests up against the hose, and it's reading like 120-ish. So I don't know. I'm gonna plug the O2s back in and see what happens. I plugged those back in. Our fan is still going. Our gauge is climbing pretty heavy. I plugged the O2s back in to see what would happen though. It doesn't seem to want to die at idle with the O2s plugged in. Trying to see that heat gauge. Oh yeah, we're gonna cut her down. She'd run out of fuel in a second. Well, fan's still going. Alright, so all in all, need this. I want y'all to see me chug that. So all in all, seems to run pretty good. All right, had to get a screenshot. Most of our gauges seem to be working. The gear indicator is working, which is cool. The fuel pump is pumping. We got one small leak that we got to fix on that. We know our power steering hoses were backwards because it just exploded that. Then again, I don't know if I had a hose clamp on it in the first place. Maybe one of those things that I've just put on there loosely for now. It's really quiet until you get on it. Like just sitting still idling, you can talk over it. Like it's just blah 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 blah. As soon as you get on it, it gets that nasty raspy sound. So I'm wondering if we don't put some like 3 or 5 inch bullet mufflers in this section, like right here, to kind of even like a thrush, like glass pack or something, to kind of cut down some of that straight pipe. All in all, I think that was successful. Successful in the sense that we learned what works and doesn't work. Battery terminal's off. So we know we have a little fuel line leak. We're holding water. We're getting hot though. I don't know what the heat problem is about. It could just be that fan is not enough to keep up and it needs a mechanical fan. There's not enough room for a mechanical fan, unfortunately. Because if you look, not quite enough room. But maybe 2 of these, because it was definitely circulating water. It may also have an air bubble in it. Air bubbles in the cooling system will cause it to overheat. As you can see, we were getting a lot of bubbles out. So we may have to let it sit. And what we'll do is I'll jack up the front end tonight and sit the front end higher. That way the air bubbles overnight kind of shimmy to the top. That will give us a good indicator of how much air is left in the system. Because y'all saw we were getting a lot of them. So that's a plus. The exhaust works, the starter works, the key switch still works, the dash, as y'all can see, the dash works. I'm going to be honest, I don't think this made a difference in the way that it idled and ran, which I'm not shocked about. The O2 sensors I'm unsure of still. I may have to rewire those, because the way O2 sensors are wired is you have 2 wires that run the heat, that actually heat the plug up.